I don't wanna talk.
Still gon' stunt. Diamonds look like they glowing. 50 stacks all singles, I make it look like it's snowing. Treat them like jack boys, catch them slipping and slang them. Treat them like jack boys, catch them slipping and slang them. Then I'm still gon' stunt. Diamonds look like they glowing. 50 stacks all singles, I make it look like it's snowing. Treat them like jack boys, catch them slipping and slang them. Treat them like jack boys, catch them slipping and slang them. Diamonds look like they glowing. 50 stacks all singles, I make it look like it's snowing. Treat them like jack boys, catch them slipping and slang them. Treat them like jack boys, catch them slipping and slang them. Then I'm still gon' stunt. Diamonds look like they glowing. 50 stacks all singles, I make it look like it's snowing. Treat them like jack boys, catch them slipping and slang them. Treat them like jack boys, catch them slipping and slang them. Diamonds look like they glowing. 50 stacks all singles, I make it look like it's snowing. Treat them like jack boys, catch them slipping and slang them. Treat them like jack boys.
Welcome to another episode of the We-On-Loc Nation channel. What is going on? What is going down? It was wild. We're going to do some reviewing tonight on a slow Saturday night. Yep, March 1st on a slow Saturday night. Happy weekends to you, anti-social gamer. How you doing, sis? How you doing? I don't know. Something's going on in the air. I might feel a little jacked up, but I am here. I am here about to kick the knowledge and the strength. But first and foremost, I would like to give a shout out to Brownie Ellie, because she had some pretty good lives this week. Some real good lives this week. You know, the circumstances could have been better, but it's like this. It is what it is. Especially, you're dealing with the whole J Prince for president. Floor thing. I can't even talk because I feel it's like you feel underneath the weather when the weather's changing, and it's like your body goes through changes and shit. My body is going through some tremendous changes, but like I said, I'm here for it. But anyway, we had a discussion a couple of nights ago when I was on Ellie's live, and this whole thing with J Prince and Floor, I mean, it's coming to a conclusion. My conclusion is that we're just going to leave it up to the authorities. We're going to leave it up to the courts to decide one's fate. Now, I still don't like the fact that he allegedly put his paws on her, but now it's like he proclaimed she put paws on him, and it becomes a shit show after that. You know, I ain't worried about all that extra stuff that was going on, and quite frankly, I don't really. It doesn't really acquire to me. It doesn't apply to me. It's like it is what it is when it comes to all this simping shit, because half of you motherfuckers don't even know what simping means. I mean, y'all just come on with anything. And Ashton, word to the wise, shut the fuck up when grown folks is talking. I mean, you're a mere little fat kid who instead of coming online and just every time you every time you talk, you just lose breath. I mean, pick up a goddamn banana for crying out loud. But let me not bug with Ashton with his dumb ass and focus on JP. JP, you, bruh. You were doing so much better when Kayla was here. When Kayla was online, you was doing so much better. Now it's like, but I congratulate, mind you, these are two individuals who are still married and are about to go through a divorce. I congratulated this man. Okay, just checking. I congratulated this man profusely on his marriage with Flora. I congratulated him. I said, congratulations, bro. Keep up the good work. I think what the problem is, it's not just with them. I think the problem is that these particular influences, right? What up, Montrese? These particular influences, they came and just ruined. They were a part of ruining his marriage. I mean, just bad elements. But I would also say that this is a part of his fault because, again, once you get married, everybody that you have ever fucked with, including your friends, they're all off limits until that honeymoon is over with, right? You go on your honeymoon. Your focus, your main focus when you are married, marriage is something you should take serious. And this is what somebody should have told him. Marriage is not a game. Marriage is something you take seriously. Trust me, I know. I've been married for a very, very long fucking time. And believe me, it has its perks and it has its downsides and it has its upsides. It has its days and it has its nights. It has its ups and it has its downs. But that's just the way of life. That's just the way of life. That's just the way of living. And somebody should have told Jay Prince what marriage is like, what marriage is supposed to be. Anton, he listens to Anton so much. Anton, as much as I don't. Anyway, Anton, he could have gotten some advice from Anton, and Anton could have given some advice on marriage. Hell, Anton's been married to his wife for over 23 years. Started in high school. They've been together since high school. He could have gotten some advice from Anton. He could have gotten some advice from me. I've been married for 15 years. But apparently he don't like taking advice from too many people. And so a couple of nights ago, like I said, there's this back and forth between in Brownie's live. Like I said, shouts out to Brownie Ellie. Shouts out to Brownie Ellie. Is she in the building? So what's up? What's happening? That shit was wow. Wow. Now that I look back at it, I mean, I'm still kind of irritated. I'm still kind of pissed off at the shit. But needless to say, this is none of our business, because it's taken it the way it started and the way that it ended. It took it to a level that none of us need to go into. I'll play some of the clip, but needless to say, they got married to not early, but they got married to immaturity. They got married to immaturity, not prematurity, but immaturity. Right? I really wish he would have gotten somebody's advice. I really wish. And then he would have been far enough along, but he got to get rid of some of them childhood ways of his. He's got to get rid of some of them childhood ways. When it's time for YouTube, it's time for YouTube. But at some point, you're gonna have to find some room for your wife. You gotta find some room for your wife. Otherwise, she's gonna feel neglected. She's gonna feel betrayed. And then all this other, I don't know about all this other shit. But you got a lot to account for, and so does she. But it is very.
You don't actually be talking like a stupid ass. She can't keep.
Girl, fuck you. And think about, I didn't hear JP. I didn't hear.
I didn't know why Ashton's punk ass was up there, but anyway.
I didn't hear JP up and talk behind the scenes about the video, man.
No.
First of all, I heard you say this shit on your show.
No, you definitely said to him, "Yo, she's over there playing the victim. She getting support. She used you. She took your money. Let me put this video up."
Me and JP don't even talk on the phone. You didn't never see me call JP while y'all living together. Stop it.
You literally just called him to come here.
Flora, did you? Look. Flora, why you keep yelling? See, that's what you doing in that hotel. That what y'all doing in the hotel in them hell that got y'all. Flora said he taking in the pussy and shit.
Just talking. That's all you do. It's like your mouth is just moving for no fucking reason. None.
I'm trying to get insight and talk to Flora because honestly,
we ain't getting no insight. She come on, man. How the fuck we supposed to be talking about JP? This bitch bringing up Thanos. Like,
bringing up. I don't know why motherfuckers dude. This is the reason why I'm starting to hate YouTube. I'm really starting to hate YouTube because some of this stuff it gets personal after a while. It gets truly personal. This is none of his fucking business. This is none of his motherfucking business. Yet people want to get a rise. People want to get a click. People want to get money out the shit. But again, this is on them. This is on JP too. JP has 6 phones. What the hell is he doing with 6 phones? But anyway, he has a phone. He records shit, and it shouldn't be in our lives. It shouldn't be even, certain stuff shouldn't even be recorded. Most stuff anyway shouldn't even be recorded. the fact that they were in a hot tub, the fact that they got married at a church, they were supposed to, like I said, they were supposed to be on their honeymoon, but he on talking about welfare and all this other shit. It's like, this shit is depressing, man. But like I said, it was a wild night.
Let's stop playing this game with her.
We wasn't talking about Jay Prince. We was talking about Thanos. I was asking Flora how the fuck my bad.
Oh, thank you, Lord. My goodness.
My bad. If it was just about the numbers, if it was just about the cash apps, if it was just about the super chats, I'm pretty sure she could have teamed up with some motherfuckers that would have loved to bury that nigga. And on some real shit. And when that nigga was when motherfuckers was piling up, she was not a part of that pile up. She was quiet. I remember I watched it live, and she didn't speak on bashing him. She didn't speak on dragging him or none of that.
Okay. All right, bro.
Oh, you gotta go, Ashton. You got kicked. My bad.
Oh, thank you, Lord. My goodness. Whew.
Yeah, I kicked this fat ass out. And what?
Jeez. When I tell you, just a complete waste of life. I'm sorry, Brownie. I know he's your friend. I'm just saying. Whew.
Yeah, you gotta relax. Calm down.
I get frustrated when people just talk just to talk. Like, just don't have it. Like, if you don't know, just don't say anything. Or make an opinion that's based off of like something valid. But to just be saying that I was pretending that like what you're saying, I literally did not jump on a dog pile. Y'all remember when people were literally offering money to go? I did none of that. And it's just weird that he's gonna get up here now and try to make it seem like no one believes that JP's a victim. No one believes that I'm a victim. I said I'm not a victim. I've only said what I've gone through. My experience. Many women deal with men like that, unfortunately. That's my experience. I was not trying to do any. If I wanted him to lose his kids, I would have went to CPS. And it wouldn't have been difficult. Like, to even say I'm trying to make you lose your children, I mean, he's just talking.
So, mulatto rights activist.
I appreciate and I respect Mulatto. I get his concepts and much respect to Mulatto. It's just that nowadays people have their own conceptions of what life is. People want to duke it out. People want to have misery loves company. Stuff like that. Crabs in a barrel mentality. I mean, literally, this is what YouTube is. It's not about ain't nobody healing from this. Ain't nobody healing it online. You gotta take that shit offline. You gotta take this completely offline, away from people that don't have your best interest. Granted, you're going to have some people who, give you advice, but that's about it. That's about it. Your benefactor is you and you only. And you know should know what's best for you. But apparently, these two is just, I told them, they just need to stay away from each other. But like I said, Mulatto, he has the right idea. Wrong place. Wrong place. Because we deal with that type of, black folks deal with that type of drama every single day. Every single day. In every single situation. It's filled nothing but trauma. It's filled with nothing but dishonesty, delusion, all that shit. Right? But I do share his perspective. Yeah.
It said, Flora and Jay Prince. Y'all know I got love and respect for both of y'all. Please handle this in private. Be a great example to young Black married couples on how to settle your affairs amicably. I agree. We might be a little bit past that, but I agree that if you can, you should aim to handle your affairs amicably and privately. Everything ain't for everybody.
So another thing that narcissists do is they will do something to you, and then they'll weaponize your response. They'll be like, "You're bad."
You're right.
You can see how I was treating his children, right?
Now here I am. I have a daughter and a son, and I often tell them, don't put your hands on the opposite sex. In other words, I will tell my daughter, don't put your hands on no boy unless needed. I would tell my son, don't put your hands on no girl because you're much stronger than a girl. You can easily hurt that person. If you have to, go tell the principal. And all the even though I would never expect them to go through all that, but just in case they do, just in case, it's like I'm put them in a direction, even though they know how to defend themselves. I try to put them in a position to succeed in life, and then later on, it's gonna get even tougher and tougher once they grow up because they might face some diversity and some drama later on in life, and me and their mother are trying to prepare them for life, right? But here I am.
Recorded me a lot of times when I didn't want to be recorded. I mean, I'm preparing meals. I'm making sure they got clean clothes. I'm spending time with them. And you're going to go online because we have a problem now. Not only are you going to go online, but you're going to record yourself talking to your kids, manipulating them right after we have our issue and I have to leave. Right? And I'm just like, I need to get out of here. You're going to record your children basically bad talking me while you're guiding them. Right? So you're already trying to put a seed there. You're going to tell people that I tried to poison your daughter who was sick for weeks. And I had told you we needed to get certain things. At one point, he was controlling majority of the money. So when I would say like, oh, we need to get certain things for the kids, he would literally get mad at me. Majority of our arguments was like, I don't want to live a lifestyle like this. I don't want to be with some dude who doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't have manners. Isn't a sweet guy. He's not sweet to his kids. He's not sweet to me. Just like, you know, it was just for me, it's like to even get on here now and be trying to manipulate things and try and act like everything was bad when you know damn well I was doing everything that I shouldn't have been doing. But I was doing everything, taking care of your kids and all this stupid shit because I was dumb and delusional at that point, not understanding that who I thought he wasn't real anymore.
So why were you so hasty in marrying him instead of?
It wasn't even about haste. It was just like I had already told him that I don't shack up with nobody. Like I don't want to go there for I wouldn't move my whole life for a relationship that's not real, right? That was my perspective. And so when he did all these like grand gestures and was like, oh, you know, we're working all of this, you know, once we finish, because I actually at that point believed that we were actually going to keep working on the cart and the truck and fixing things, right? I'm only talking from perspective. I'm not trying to like say what was going on in his head. I have no clue.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out from you. Like,
all I'm gonna say is, at some point, I actually believed in what we were building. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought it was actually gonna come to fruition.
Ashton, it's been like 10 minutes. That shit was at 52. It has been like 8 minutes. Calm down.
Damn, man. Yeah, I'm not gonna even rant. I don't have this. I don't have the energy to re-rant on that fat ass motherfucker. I really don't. What I should have did is should have put a 50 ball on that bitch. Had him go on for the rest of the night. But I don't know how much you would charge for that. But you don't need to be opening up your mouth to shit because you don't even know their situation. I don't even know why you were there. I don't even know why she put you up there. But that's her show. So
okay. Well, I'm trying to get a stack down. Okay. And hey, We-On-Loc.
Hey.
Thank you for joining the panel.
I'm not going to be long. I just want to say to Flora, you don't have to talk. You don't have to continue to talk about this if you don't want to.
No, of course. I'm doing everything that I'm doing out of my. I obviously know it's not smart to make any of these conversations public, but when somebody takes the choice out of your hands, in terms of like putting your private business out, sometimes you do want to just be like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna talk now at this point." Right? You get to run your mouth. You've been running your mouth for months. I'm just gonna talk. I'm gonna be honest about things that I feel comfortable being honest about. Right? I have no shame about the things that I went through because I evolved from it. But I'm just saying, like, I literally did not want to have any of this be public, and I moved that way when things ended. He did the complete opposite. So for me, it's not about, oh, I feel like, oh, I'm being exploited and all this stupid. I don't care right now because I've already had so many people talk about all this shit against my will for how long at this point? I mean, it's been run into the ground. That's how much people have been talking, and I haven't. I've always said I'm gonna stay out of it. So at this point, I really just don't even care anymore. I'm so far removed that I feel like if you're gonna run your mouth, then I'm gonna run my mouth too.
Now you know how I feel. Now you definitely know how I feel.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, We-On-Loc.
You know. You know.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
We don't even have to go there. We have to go there. Dr. Jones. Oh, welcome to the channel. Welcome. Nah, she knew what I was talking about. It's spread all over the freaking internet. I mean, come on now.
Went through.
Okay, I got another question.
It's night. I'm making it.
Person to me, even when we were like, even when he would like joke around, it was never like mean spirited. There was no like things that he would say that made me feel like he was trying to hurt my self-esteem. That shit started after we got married. You know what I'm saying? Like it literally steamrolled into that, and so I'm just like, I don't know.
So it was more or less okay. Just because a nigga is nice to you, that don't mean shit.
No, I'm not just talking about. See, this is what I'm saying. Like you could very easily break down my words and make it seem like I just felt for somebody doing any old thing. I'm talking about his behavior. Like there was follow through, there was actionable things. Even if when we got into like little arguments early on, it was like he was willing to apologize and talk and work things out. And then at some point, it just became like, no, he's just gonna talk shit, be disrespectful, degrading, and then try to say sorry. And a lot of things would happen in front of his kids that made me really uncomfortable, like the arguing and the calling me names and things like that. And this is why I said at some point it became like, I don't know. At some point it became that he was trying to like undercut my self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? And that's not how it started. But I just think like people love to.
Okay, so you're saying that, but what you're describing is just simply for his best foot. Like he was. I said, "What? Can you hear me now?"
Yeah, now I can.
Okay, I said what you are pretty much saying was that he was showing you representative. So you
representative was convincing.
Would you? I would say just Just because a nigga show you, I would say don't fall for a nigga showing you his
Brownie,
representative.
Like I said, she did an excellent job here. She did an excellent job. Shouts out to Brownie Ellie. Definitely subscribe to Brownie Ellie's channel. She is growing. She is growing. I wish it was under different circumstances, but again,
grown. Like at the end of the day, I grew from this. You know, I made a mistake and chose the wrong person. I'm not the only one, and I'm not gonna be the first or the last. You know what I'm saying? And I'm strong enough as a person to say that I made the wrong choice. I did make the wrong choice to marry him. Right? I made several wrong choices along the way while I was dealing with that. All of that. I'm willing to say that none of that is gonna trump me up. You know what I'm saying? But to imply like you can't imply that men always who they present to you, especially when they're claiming they want something.
No, I'm implying that you gotta understand that and know that when you dealing with a man, especially
right. But you're implying that I don't because of this relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what gets me with the internet. Everybody has I don't put my business on the internet. I'm not talking about just
I'm not, and that's the thing. I'm just saying what.
No, but I'm just saying like when he makes our business public, it does become like this. You know what I'm saying? It becomes where now every decision that you've made becomes up for like debate and for critique, and now we're breaking down human things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like human things.
I'm not trying to dissect your life. Like, I'm not trying to dissect your life either. I'm just saying you shouldn't. A nigga being nice to you ain't enough. A nigga following through on basic shit ain't enough. A nigga apologizing ain't enough. Like, it's.
I get what Flora is saying. And it's like I said before, when you leave the nest, you're supposed to put away childish things. And he admitted to us last night that if he would have done things a little bit differently, he would have not probably would have not gotten married and got his situation out the way first before. I mean, but you never know with people. You never know situations with people, and this is the reason why this is really none of our concern. But everybody knew everything according to him. This is based on him, and this is based on what he recorded, and now everybody's got a share of it, and everybody's sharing it online. So it's one of those.
It's behavioral things you have to look for. I'm not trying to.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. When you have one behavior with somebody that you're actually pretending like you want to be with them, and then once you're with them and they change that behavior, that's behavior changing. That's not me not understanding that a man needs to follow through with behavior. I've dealt with men who followed through. That's why in the beginning I was like, okay, like he's doing the right things. He's following through. Even like for me too, I assumed he wouldn't bring somebody that is not a good person around his children. You know, so there were a lot of assumptions that I made. That's where I would say I made a lot of mistakes, is that I assumed things about him and his character, right? And of course, you're not supposed to do that. But I don't even know what would have even, if I were to compare JP to people that I've been with, this is what it made zero sense. So that's why I said, like, I do think it was like infatuation. There was some like emotional stuff that was blurring my vision, and I can admit that. I just like the reason why I never wanted this public is because yes, now we can dissect what decisions I made, who I chose. They can make assumptions about what I dealt with or what I didn't or did not.
No, the original question was why were you infatuated? Was what about Jay Prince made you infatuated? You said he was nice to you, so I just want to.
That, but I'm not a person that's just gonna like start talking about everything. I'm not even addressing this. You know, like it's just.
I ain't trying to. No, I'm not trying to look for like. I'm not looking for no new information. I was asking, you know, like what was it about the nigga? Like, was it his swag? Was it his little?
Yeah, like he was funny. Like this one saying he was funny. He was like cool. Like, he was always down to do something. You know, so we would do stuff together, and it was fun just being together.
we get all of that. So now let's turn to Jay Prince and his explanation.
Around on my show. So what accountability that this woman really take, dude? And then since she's a woman, a lot of people just gonna believe and agree with it just off the strength, not no facts. She played a video, me swiping the phone out of her hand. That's not me striking her. We only had one fighting incident, right? That was she alleged. What?
The same video that I played, that she basically let the whole public uh, copy and paste, and I basically copy and pasted the shit. We looked at it and analyzed it 3 times. If she wanted to, she can basically say that was abuse. But it's like I said, he's saying he got abused. She's saying and allegedly saying she got bruises all up in her face, and the reason why her cheekbones swell up. It's a whole bunch of he say she say at this point, and we this is a court of public opinion. This is not a court of law. I think their court date is set for March 10th. And I just hope to God, what up, young? I just hope to God that the 2 most prominent people on this YouTube street don't get a hold of this. But then again, who am I kidding? If Fatty can get a hold of this, what makes you think that Michael Mick doesn't exist and other people ain't gonna get a hold of this? It's clearly out of my hands.
She alleged, and the videos just didn't add up. So I ain't gonna get back into that. My thing is, and then she keeps trying to threaten me with my kids, talking about your court. You can't reopen. You can't create another case. Stop it. I already talked to my lawyer, which was a district attorney for this specific office for 30 years. Right? So it is what it is. My thing is, why she keep hanging on to me? She seen the food? She seen the food truck finna be popping. She see the food truck starting to, to rock out. Now she
showed pulled up that day. Sharon came to your channel, didn't it?
Huh?
She showed came to your show that day. Sharon pulled up, didn't it?
Well, yeah.
What a coincidence, huh, Brownie?
Can you stop?
So
this is the part where I should have kicked his ass off again. I would have sacrificed $50. I would have sacrificed the $50.
It is what it is. I ain't gonna disrespect her though. And again, I want to just say this: it ain't no sex tape out here.
But for clarifying that, because you know how people run with shit, and that's why you can't say shit like that. You out of everybody, you know how people clip shit and make narratives and run with shit. You can't be saying shit like that. Like, because you being her husband, I get validity. They make that shit valid, right? So you can't
even be saying a lot of shit that make her being my wife, and she understood that process. And she been saying a lot of shit, and y'all didn't say Florida, that was foul.
No, I'm just talking about the sex tape comment that was over here that I witnessed. Like,
what? Sex tape? What a sex tape? Oh Lord.
Well, you also witnessed other videos of her because, like, you watch my videos, like you said, it was a soap opera, so you have watched Florida's videos.
Yeah, I watched both of y'all stuff.
Right, so she has said some foul shit.
She did, but you was over there talking about how she be pinching your kids, and how she being mean to your kids, and all of
I
that
didn't lie
stuff.
about nothing. I didn't lie about nothing. But since y'all don't know neither one of us, right? All of a sudden, that Jay Prince for president got to start lying when it comes to people that y'all like.
I never
Like
said anything.
ever since I've been on, ever since I've been on YouTube, I have shared the most
I never said
embarrassing. Hold on, I'm gonna share the most embarrassing everything.
I was about to say the most embarrassing. No. I'm glad you switched that up because most of your videos that came out were embarrassing. So I'm glad you switched that up.
And completely honest with about everything, right? Now, when it comes to people that y'all like, I gotta become a fucking liar. That
I
shit
never
is.
said it was lied though. That's why I asked her what you said. I said that you said that, and then I asked her what happened about it. I never put my opinion on it. That's the thing. That's why I live. That's why I watch both of y'all because I can watch y'all, and then I can hear what y'all say, and then I can.
Hey, we're gonna move along. We're gonna move forward.
And because I was stupid enough to believe in the dream, right, that he wanted to build a business together and be a family and all this stupid ass shit that I had no business believing, right? I chose to believe that. I never thought I would be with somebody who would put our business on the internet. So everyone wants to tell me, oh, y'all are oversharing at this point. This nigga has overshared every goddamn thing about our marriage, our life. And it's so funny that he's gonna go now and say, "Oh, I didn't fear. I wasn't feeling her like that." Does nobody remember the weeks-long media tour where this nigga was bragging about being married, bragging about having a submissive wife, and she do this and she do that, and I run the house and she let me lead, and all this bullshit that he did, right? That I wanted no part of. You know what I'm saying? Like he can just now get on here.
You didn't know he was going to do that. You didn't know he was going to do that.
No, you think I didn't want our marriage to be public? I had no intentions of publicizing our marriage. They were just gonna see us doing content every now and then. That was what I had in my head.
So
they had their time where they were doing their content, and then there were times where, like, well, let me start over. They did their content. They had their own show, but when they got married, it was pretty much film me. Well, he did this before, and people caught glimpses of this, but again, once they got married, it was like, how do we get from having a marriage at a church? Y'all was happy and kiki and Google and gaga with each other, and y'all was inseparable to arguing into going into the marriage. Like that don't even make no sense.
Right? He was chronic overshare. Jay Prince overshares everything.
Right. And I thought he was gonna overshare like certain little things. I never, when he asked me, "Oh, do you want to be on?" and I said no, right? I was like, okay, he's gonna respect that. Then he starts recording things sneakily, and I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? At this point, majority of the thing, when we had the conversation about the marriage, he went live and I had no idea. The red flags were there. Absolutely, Robin. I've already said it. But like I said, I was putting the beliefs that I had about what he claimed to be building, the fact that he acted like everything he does is just an act, like that he really does have some boundaries and things like that. I should have known better. I admit that. But it's just funny for him to try and make a point. He has to come now and say,
no, because I was just up here talking about some $300 watermelon, my nigga. I want some.
But when you a family of five,
but she not.
What is he doing? What is every time? Oh shit! Somebody Every time this happens, every single time. Every single time Big J comes up there, it's like fucking chaos at this point. But it's, I don't know what the I don't know what the hell happened, but we're gonna reassume. We're gonna reassume. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Let's continue.
You know, I actually be talking like a stupid ass. You
around on my show. So what accountability that this woman? Because that would really turn me off. Because it was one thing when people said she dated a white man. It was another thing when I literally seen this. And I got the video of how when I had just got done looking at it, and she was trying to console me because now I'm looking at her different. I'm looking at her disgusted. Huh?
Your feelings was hurt.
It wasn't her. It was looking like it was disappointing. Like, who did I marry?
Hold on, let me bring Flora up here real quick. Flora.
Now I'm gonna say this: being a lying sack of shit doesn't look good, right? So I don't really have to defend any of those lies. But I have to ask you again: when did any of that occur? Now we did fight about him going on my phone early in our relationship. I had to call the police then. So what was the excuse for recording me at that point? I mean, pathetically exposes himself as a complete liar. Like, pathetically so. This happened where he went on my phone and said he found conversations about me with a white man. I said, you're going to conversations in my phone that I left there from 2018 like a psychopath. That's I didn't try to console shit. You know? But again, this man has been recording me from the moment we got together. And he's trying to now act like he had some true intentions and I disappointed him and he found out I was this, that, and the third.
At first, I said, this is a narcissist trait. Because every time he started talking, his voice went up an octave. And he started insinuating a whole bunch of other things about Flora that mainly, you know, what a narcissist would do, allegedly. But again, this is something that the courts are going to have to decide, right? We're just YouTubers asking questions, don't even know shit, don't really know shit, and, other than the stuff that's been put out there already.
He's a pure cornball.
In the different languages and shit, Portuguese. She can start talking Portuguese, and I don't. She look like a new motherfucker.
I heard that shit.
Explaining shit to her mama. When I start explaining shit to her mama be understanding exactly what I'm saying, and then she be cussing Flora out in Portuguese. I know they be cussing her out because Flora be yelling. You can hear her mama yelling, then she can start crying and shit.
Well, why you don't take my side, mama?
Oh, my dead mama grave. That's what Flora used to tell me. You should make her mama feel bad.
That don't mean not a damn thing when he says that. Oh, my mama great. What? No. You just cursed yourself.
Because her mama understood where I was coming from. I was like, Flora, ain't nobody up here to tell you nothing wrong, G. Ain't nobody up here trying to lead you, do you nothing wrong.
Oh,
motherfucker, I got kids that thing. Nigga, what the fuck are you hollering about? You keep, like one time, I said, Flora, remember she used to drive a lot. So I said, Flora, you going in separate lanes. This lane, who's in Milwaukee? This girl turned in the lane in Milwaukee, knowing these high speed gonna happen at any given time. She turned into the lane instead of turning to the lane that you supposed to turn into. She turned to the oncoming lane. Cause I was trying to tell her before then, and she would argue up and down. Wow, we in the. I said, Flora, okay, you gonna get smacked. Guess what she said? You up here threatening me? I said you gonna get smacked. I said, okay, fuck it. Let you get smacked.
Okay, J Prince, hold on. I'm gonna bring you right back.
Don't draw me.
So. Hey, Flora.
I don't know what he was just saying, but I'm gonna tell you this. My mom is an African woman from Angola. Do you think that my mom was saying that I don't need a snitch or whatever stupid shit he was just talking about? I mean, the lies are just ridiculous. You see, now I forgot because I'm listening to this bullshit. The fact that he gets to lie on my mom is the stupidest part of this, right? Because not one person in my family, first of all, would even admit being associated with me because of this nigga on YouTube. Right after this time, my family said, no, we don't want to be out there no more. Now, the fact that he's sitting here trying to tell you guys that my mom was siding with him,
Anybody is, if this is a narcissistic trait, put a 1 in the chat.
We gonna get to this part, big.
I will probably have a little sip because she would pour up like during the, like in the evening, like we always kept something.
Never nothing there. I never said nothing.
We're gonna fast forward through some of this. This was a long ass stream, but I'm trying to get to the juicier parts for y'all. Like, share, subscribe to the channel.
Never accused Ronnie of anything. I always said. But to sit here and try to say that I said Ronnie was trying to hit on me, I never said that. I said I have proof that nothing, we didn't even have a conversation for real. Right? Because when you don't allow somebody to message you or whatever, after you've let's say unfollowed or blocked them or whatever before, it comes in as a request. I had showed him it because at that point, what was that?
No, Ronnie, I'm gonna let y'all up. Just wait, hold on. Give it like 2 more minutes. You can go ahead, Flora.
He don't remember it that way. And he didn't,
because we're not gonna say it. We're not gonna tell everybody everything we had in our back conversation. That's not for you guys to know.
JP though is the open, honest one. Remember, you forgot.
No, Bob Cherry. Certain stuff like
we're not gonna talk about it on the panel.
Like Gov, like I just said earlier. Well, you weren't here. I said the only time I went honest and stuff, have recordings and all this other type of stuff is because of the same people who have done some foul shit to me. This whole shit started off with the fat boy bringing some shit from the back,
but
and then Raw B and shit like that.
But your friends, let me clear this up too, because Floyd mentioned the fact that I was going around Fatty's people's channel and stuff like that. Yes, because I talked to them. They came on my show. We interviewed them. Ray Midnight, all of them. I would never share information about Jay Prince.
That's
what the fuck are you interviewing Ray Midnight for?
Yeah, I don't even know. I said why I was cussing at him, but I was still telling him, leave me alone. Get away from me. Stop talking.
This is part of the video that we were playing where all hell broke loose, and thank God the kids weren't in the house because he has 3 daughters. I guess the aunt or whatever took the kids, and you're okay. Mind you, they had the police called on them dozens and dozens of times. Yeah, it was time for them to split.
Talking to me. If I'm telling you to get away from me and you keep coming, how am I the aggressor? But let me see if I can fast forward to when I was just playing it. Okay. Manipulate me online. Yo, stupid ass and do this shit with you. I'm not. You're fucking into it, kid, you stupid motherfucker. You know what the fuck you're doing. I've been waiting. Yeah, you're thinking to do nothing to somebody that means you're gonna fucking raise him. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. You're yelling at me. So go fuck yourself.
fucking work.
And this is what he would do, right? He would come, start a degree. Yeah, I was tell myself, like, why?
Don't watch shit. Get the fuck out of here. Stupid ass. This year's doing stupid shit. Get the fuck out of my face. You're a bitch. You don't even fucking watch your kids. You don't watch your kids at all. Keep on running your fucking mouth. You don't fucking watch nothing. You're gonna be taking care of somebody else. Stupid ass. Shut the fuck up, you. So you're gonna disrespect me? I'm not gonna say shit to you. Get the fuck out of my face. Get the fuck out of my face. Stupid ass. Oh, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Oh, shut up. I'm not gonna listen to you either. The fuck you think I have respect for you? You don't respect me? Shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. Get out of my fucking face. No, I don't give a fuck. Go ahead. Go fucking raise them. Then watch them. Then you're gonna wait till they're grown so that you can beat them up for things that you never fucking raised them for, right? Stupid ass. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Oh, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, you. I'm not your fucking kid. Oh, yeah, you don't even fucking watch them. You wouldn't even know when to tell your kids to shut the fuck up. You just come in to swing at one of them, right? That shit. Oh, shut the fuck up. You don't watch shit. You don't watch shit. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck. Get out. I'm not getting out of nowhere. You can't fucking make me, stupid ass. Stupid ass. Oh, you shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck. You're disrespectful. You put your fucking hands on me. So go fuck yourself. I don't give a shit about you, stupid ass. Shut the fuck up. Keep coming at me. Keep coming at me. Keep coming at me. Keep coming at me.
Now, what does it look like?
Oh, J Prince left. J Prince, where you go?
At that moment, I think that's one of the moments when she left. I mean, I feel sorry for her in some ways, and then in other ways, it's like you chose this relationship. I mean, maybe it was a possibility you could have asked around. I mean, anybody can crack a smile. Anybody can crack a smile. Anybody can, you know, charm you out of your drawers. It is what it is. But if you don't look deep within the surface, if you don't have a conversation within yourself, if you don't have it in within yourself, my what? If you don't have it within yourself to have a conversation with yourself to see if this person is right for you, and you just take the one thing that, oh, he smiles, I enjoy his company because he makes me laugh. What about his other traits? Oh, and the fact that he has three kids. I mean, what do y'all say about, what do you say about women when they have kids, when they're single moms? Flora has no kids, zero. She ain't even been married yet, and she's what, 31 years old. I mean, this was doomed from the beginning. You should have known. You should have known more. You should have had more information on Jay Prince. So this one is mainly, part of it is mainly on her. Part of it. However, JP also has a part of it too. Like I said, the recordings, the 6 phones, you going through her phone, That's a narcissistic trait. And plus, you listening to other Negroes from the man, you coming from the manosphere, from the red pill, from you coming from Fight Club, and they all say the same thing. You know, women ain't this, women ain't that. You need to control how to learn how to control your woman. Blah 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 blah. You just coming from that. So you're taking YouTube content into your marriage. And look where we are today. Prove me wrong, I will prove you right.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was. Because I could tell my husband get the fuck on, right? I have done that, and he's not supposed to be the aggressor and keep coming in my face. What do you expect me to do? Bow down? I'm human too, and so if you're in one room, he should go in another room, right?
No.
So that nigga went by the closet like I see it.
Yes, I was.
He said he was.
I'm up out of here. I ain't got it.
The closet ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
No, but here's the thing. That's the day that the landlord people was, because Flora can get on the lease, right? Because of her background. So she couldn't get on lease. So I begged those people. We damn near just moved up in there. I begged those people, we ain't gonna cause no woo out the bell, no problems. He literally told, he said that, okay, we can't tell you who you can have in your house. As long as we don't have no issues, no problems, y'all good. The very next day, this girl, I came back and I told her what he said, because we was thinking we was gonna have to move. Because when they said that they couldn't have her on a lease, this was before we was married. And when they said that she couldn't be on a lease, I'm like, damn, we're gonna have to move. So Flora get to start causing shit. It seems like every time she wanted to go home, she would start a bunch of shit. So she would be all in the, like, we made a pact that we was gonna argue in the room. But she will be screaming from the top of her lungs or kick up shit or whatever. She will make up shit, literally make up some shit that's not even happened amongst with me and my kids. She should put the kids against each other and shit. So that shit used to make me mad, dog. You don't do no shit like that with my kids. But a motherfucker that would do some shit, motherfuckers would do some shit like that when they don't care about, when them ain't they motherfucking kids. Like I was telling her, dog, these landlords just got done telling you that you shouldn't be screaming. They're gonna kick us the fuck out. She kept screaming anyway. You know why? Because she didn't give. I kept reiterating, dog, you gonna get me and my kids kicked the fuck out, and you gonna go home with your mama, and me and my kids gonna be on the street. She did not give two fucks. You know why? Because it wasn't her motherfucking kids. She didn't care about those kids like she coming on this bitch pretending to be. She would literally make up arguments at the argument.
That's not necessarily true, Jay Prince. That's not necessarily true, because I remember it was a video that Fatty played of you yelling and cussing at your kids, and you was grabbing and you was about to do something, and Floor, you had recorded yourself trying to be the father of the year. I mean, I ain't trying to tell no parent how to raise their children, but certain things is, I mean, parenting, and something can be overly parenting, which means you're going overboard on some shit. She had to literally put the phone. She had to literally put the phone down, just fade it to black, because you was just out of line with some shit. You were always out of line with some shit anyway. So
damn right. That shit had me heated as a motherfucker. I didn't swing off at her. I swiped her phone out of her hand.
That's abuse. Lisa, is that not abuse? You're coming forward and you slap you slap in her hand, you slap the phone out there. That's abuse. Or not abuse, it's assault. I'm sorry. That's assault. Is it not, or is it not assault? Is it not, or is it not assault? I didn't slap, dude. You have to pay attention to this thing. When in a heat of the moment like that, you go in one room, she go in the other room, and y'all cool down for a while. But no, she steadily cussing at you. You coming forward at her. You telling her not to disrespect. If it was that bad, I mean, of course you can't tell her to leave. But then again, that's your crib. So, and she's not on the lease, so she has to leave. But better still, you could have dealt with that in that situation a little bit better. Separate yourselves. This is quite crazy.
Why you up in here screaming at the top of your lungs trying to get me in my? Now I was feeling like you intentionally trying to get me and my kids to be in some fucked up position. Cause shit don't go your way. If shit don't go your way, we got to be on the streets. Imagine a motherfucker doing that into you and your motherfucking kids.
But that's why
a nigga that can't get on the lease, causing the hell, and y'all just moved up in this bitch.
But that's why it goes back to why would you invite this person back into your home for a second go round of this?
I wouldn't want to speak on why.
Exactly. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Laura.
Yep.
You got anything to say?
No, because he's a liar.
I'm about to ask him about the video. Why he and Jay Prince, why you ain't answer to the video? Why you ain't explaining the video?
Because the videos that I played for her attacking me, everybody know that the video that actually got me the case, when she was up there screaming and shit and showing y'all these stupid ass pictures. One didn't have no cuts. Hold on, it didn't have no cuts. I made sure I got her face. 5 minutes later, she said, "You done hit me, woo out the bam." I made sure I got her face. Not a lick of blood, not a lick of scratch, not a lick of nothing.
Woo, boy, that boy got a lot. Just because you have a open hand. Let's just say you have a closed fist. Depending upon the person, you can hit a woman. She doesn't have to get a cut. What are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? You had a cut on her face. She didn't say anything about getting a cut on her face. She said she had bruises on her face, that her face was swollen. Now, not to say overboardly, like the woman that got allegedly hit with the brick, but I ain't gonna even go there. Not swollen like that, but swollen just enough for your ass to go straight to jail. It's like when I spoke to her, I asked her, did you get hit? She said yes. Now, I wish there was some more evidence, even though that one that she had shown of him slapping the phone out of her hand, that's still considered assault. I wish there was more evidence to support her claim, but again, I'm not a judge. I'm not a judge. So let's continue.
July 22nd is the case that I'm on. She didn't have none of that shit.
She didn't have no cuts, no bruises, nothing.
Nothing. I showed the video.
Hold on. I'm gonna take a screenshot and I'm gonna send it to you so you can see because I'm standing the same way in this video. This is my foot. This is the date I recorded the video. Right? He's saying 22nd. The only evidence I had was something that happened on the 28th. So I'm gonna send you this via IG, the screenshot of the video I just played.
Okay.
Okay. One, I'm gonna come up. I'm gonna get my police report. The police was literally arguing with her because she couldn't figure out the dates. Ask Warbin them. They seen a body cam.
Okay, so she sold me. She just sent me the receipts.
A receipt. She just shows you the date of that video. No,
yeah,
this police report. Go ahead.
Yours is July 22nd, right?
Yes.
Her video was July 27th. So her video is 5 days afterwards.
She talking about me swacking the phone. No. Okay. When she told y'all, if that's the take that, blow us up once. I want everybody to see this. I want everybody to pay attention to what I'm saying. No, I'm saying just blow us up once before I play the video. So if she said that this, remember she told y'all I hit her with my arm, right? And stuff like that. That's what got me the case, right? She said that happened July 28th. She just shows you the receipt, right? Of what date?
July 27th.
July 27, right?
Yeah.
That she said that I hit her in her face with my arm, right?
That's when you slapped the phone out of her hand. That was the video that she
No, we ain't talking about, no. We talking about, I got charged for my arm hitting her with my arm. She said I hit her with my arm in her face.
That was the part where your face was swollen because you was trying to calm down the situation. When you calm it, you ain't supposed to use your forearm, fool. Literally use your hand and hold her arms down. Your forearm is not supposed to be in this facility. If I was a judge, I'd lock you up and throw away the freaking key off of the strength of that. What is your forearm? What is your forearm supposed? Wow, I didn't even know that part. You're supposed to have her. You're supposed to have her. She's not stronger than you. She is not stronger than you. You're supposed to have her arms and hold her down and then release her once you're in the clear. If she's attacking you. Or you can get her to the point where you hold her arms, turn around, and walk her out the door. No cuts, no bruises, no nothing. If she does it to you, she goes to jail. But I asked him last night, I said, if she did all that, if she allegedly hit you, scratched you or whatever, which I don't see no bruises or no cuts on you. You're 6'3", 250 pounds. I hit you, I'm causing pain. She hit you, she caused a little bump. Well, I'll let it rock.
That's what she literally, it's in my police report. Right? So she said that's July 28th, right? I can't go to jail for swiping your phone out your hand. But this was she literally.
If they wanted to, yes, they can. Yes, you can. You better read up on the laws, buddy. At this point, the police are automatically trained to take anybody to jail that they want to take, or they can they can make a decision based on who did what to who, and hell, both of y'all can go to jail as far as I'm concerned. And correct me if I'm wrong, but ain't that a strike on your record? Because you went to jail before. Isn't that a strike on his record? I don't know.
He said, okay, let's play the video. This why the police was arguing with her, because it didn't make sense at first. Okay, watch this.
Landlord get you removed, you a liar too.
Shut the fuck up! You think you're gonna keep putting hands on me? I'm gonna ignore what you're fucking doing. You're gonna come here and smash your fucking arm on my face.
No. Just call the landlord get you removed, you a liar too.
Shut the fuck up! You think you're gonna keep putting hands on me? I'm gonna ignore what you're fucking doing. You're gonna come here and smash your fucking arm on my face. Right? You're such a disrespect for me. Go fucking watch.
Wait, what did she say?
Why is she this hyper ventilate? Why is she going this hard? Because you tried to. I'm not saying you tried to knock. JP tried to knock the girl out. I'm not saying that. But this is enough. You said you was trying to calm her down. This is enough for assault. That is assault, and this is assault. You're not supposed to. You're not. No. He in trouble. If he doesn't bring, I'm gonna say this, because people say I'm not being fair. If he does not bring out any type of evidence, any type of proof that she has scratched, claw, kick, punch, slap, verbal, that don't mean shit. Verbal abuse is verbal abuse. I could either just kick you out the house, like you can't come back, whatever. That's verbal abuse. Physical, I want to see the physical abuse on video where she literally did this shit to you. And if you can't show the evidence, because she already has what she has on video. Well, maybe I'm exaggerating. We gotta look.
Say I was gonna do what? Smash my what? What'd she say?
Replay. I hold on. I'm replay.
Are you listening?
I am. I'm getting it. She said.
Come on, bro. How you see the lighter?
Why do you have that on?
Where you see blood? The picture she showed you. Where?
Okay, so she said she took this picture the same day.
Man, I don't give a fuck what she said. This is the receipt. She just got done saying that I done smashed my hand in her face. Police report. This is it. Brownie, I'm not yelling at you. I'm not yelling at you. I'm just yelling at the situation. This is what I'm in jail for now. Because of this date. I could bring the police report, everything, police cams, everything. It's not a lick of scratch on that motherfucker.
Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna just show it off my phone. Let me go on my.
Zoom it.
All right, hold on.
This dude. Her face, I mean, I'm looking at it right now. Her face is a little puffy. And she did have markings on the side of her lip. She did have some look like blood on the side of her lip. I think it was on the left side of the lip. So with I mean, the police can determine this, or the detectives, or the medical people can determine it, right? Her face being puffy, blood on the side of her lip, which I mean was very little, but it's enough. Somebody's in trouble. Now, like I said, if he can't prove without a shadow of a doubt that she struck first or she kept punching at her, because this is his testimony. And the other part is that if he can't really show, because it's his word over hers, if he cannot show that she had hit him, or there is no marks, no bruises, no nothing. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't physically touch her like that. He's in trouble. And that's his second strike. Allegedly. His second strike. So he needs to prove something.
Where? If I hit Flora, you would have known. You would have known, fam. True or false? The Brownie, don't just try to say some shit just because she's a female.
Niggas always get intensive when it's intense. He always gets intense like this. But hey, this is in y'all backyard. It ain't got nothing to do with who's taking sides. Ain't nobody taking sides over nothing. Brownie's not taking no side because she likes the both of y'all. I like both of y'all too, but apparently you ain't looking too good, bruh. You are not looking too good. I mean, I was really pissed off at you, and I still am. But this is not my fight, and this is not Brownie's. This is not fat ass Ashton, even though he's the one that put out the freaking video. This ain't our fight. We're going off of the court of public opinion and not out of a court of law. Let's continue.
I haven't said anything.
True or false? Have you ever seen a woman get hit?
This is what the court has. They have my swollen face. They know what I look like. This is not what my face looks like. But 2 separate occasions of him, literally, he even just showed y'all too. The 26th, yeah, a chicken bone, DB. The 22nd we fought, I took these pictures. The 27th, same day. You guys watch him smack the phone.
So okay, this is alleged. So his excuse is she ate a chicken bone and she got allergic. You got to do better than that, dude.
Out of my hand, my foot, my lip is more split at that point. There's scratches around it.
There was blood. I did see it.
We-On-Loc. You here?
Yeah, I'm here.
You got anything to say?
That ain't no fucking bomb, dog. That's all I can say.
I'm down. Anywhere, if I would have punched her in her shit, anywhere I would have hit her at, it would have been a fucking, you would have known.
Well, like I said, I don't even know why I wasted 25 minutes of that, extra minutes of that shit. Because it's not. I don't know, Lisa. What do you think? I don't know what to. Again, this is not my fight. This is not my journey. I didn't get married. Me and my woman never fought. I mean, we playfully fought here and there, but on the strength, we never ever fought. If it came down to blows between me and my, if it had to come down to it, I'd have been left. I would have packed my bags and went back to Michigan if it had to go down that. It never went down that road. Never. Of course, we had our arguments, but this is the reason why there's the next room, and I will stay in the next room until it was time to come out. If it took 24 hours, if it took 2 hours, if it took 24 hours, if it took 2 days, 3 days, okay. But yeah, I can't believe I wasted 25 minutes of this stuff. But like I said, shout out to Brownie. She did a good job. She did an excellent job. Now we gonna transition to some more important. We gonna let these people handle their business, and I'm gonna avert my attention to Mrs. Crockett once again, and I'm just gonna say that Trump is on a world vengeance tour. Trump is on a world vengeance tour. Now, this might make or break the country. It's going to definitely get it into a world of heat. Think about it. You're going over there and you're having lunch with Putin. What the hell? Someone help me. The food is break. All right, hold on. Jesus. Got an emergency. Let me just play the clip real quick. I'll come right back.
Me that we all swear an oath to the Constitution, and we say that we take that oath seriously. But when it comes into actually doing something that looks like preserving that oath or looks like preserving the Constitution, we get a little wobbly, and I'm not really understanding what's going on. Freedom of press doesn't look like kicking out the Washington Post, or actually the Huffington Post has been kicked out. We know that the Associated Press has been kicked out, and now the Washington Post is not going to allow for op-eds in any way if for some reason they criticize the sitting president of the United States. What this is starting to feel like is a smaller version of Russia. And I am trying to tell you that we are nothing like Russia. We are not supposed to be like Russia, but that is what we've got going on. And I'm sorry, I know that some of my colleagues still struggle with answering the question of who won the election in 2020. And you may have felt a way when you had social media checking people and saying, no, Trump did not win the election in 2020. That is absolutely factual. And unfortunately, because some people got all riled up because they believed the lies, they ended up getting locked up. because they decided that they were going to believe the lies. They ended up at the Capitol on January 6th, and they were trying to tear this thing apart because they felt like their country was falling apart in front of their eyes because for whatever reason, there were people in power that were peddling a lie about the election. We also know, and some of y'all may still say that COVID was a hoax. COVID wasn't a hoax. Tell that to the over 1 million people that died under Donald Trump's first watch. It wasn't a hoax. So no, I do believe.
Yeah, it wasn't a hoax, but again, if you had, I'm just going to say, people can criticize me for what I say, but when you have unnormal symptoms and you get sent to the emergency room and you say you can't breathe, and you don't even have oxygen. Yeah, first of all, it hits harder for elderly folks more than it hits people middle age or younger. And still, you're still dealing with a 99.9 survival rate in capacity, of which they just tell you to stay home. I had it twice. I had COVID twice, and I survived it twice. This is you're gonna need oxygen, but you don't need oxygen shit. All you need is your antibiotic. I don't even think I took my antibiotics. Or did I take my antibiotics? Yeah, just stay off the red meat and whatever. But this is not about COVID.
That it was okay. In fact, I do believe that it was ethically right for social media to check people because you had people that didn't know anything about science and decided that they were going to put out whatever lies or propaganda or conspiracy theories they wanted to, and people died. At some point in time, we have to evaluate what is factual. And I know that facts hurt y'all, and I just wish we could get on the same page, but we do know during the presidential election that the president would not go and participate in anything if fact-checking was going to be a part of it, because he didn't want to be fact-checked. We know that the vice president got upset in his vice presidential debate when he was fact-checked. It used to be a time in this country that we as members of Congress or elected officials thought that it was okay to just tell the truth. Instead, we're pushing conspiracy theories, and some of them are killing people. It's the same thing that we have coming out of Doge. It's the reason that people are dying. It's the reason that farmers are losing their farms, because we continue to peddle conspiracy theories. It is time for us to say, Mr. President, guess what? Russia invaded Ukraine. Can we at least agree on that one? Facts matter. Yo, this is literally potentially putting us into an international crisis. We may be heading towards the next world war because we have a president that wants to pal around with Putin and wants to do everything to make him feel good, including lying about who invaded who. Mr. Chair, I got a minute left, but I really want to yield to any of my colleagues and ask them if they will say today, very basically, that when it came down to the war in Ukraine, that it was not Ukraine that invaded Russia, it was the other way around. Is there anybody in here that has enough courage to say that Russia invaded Ukraine?
You can have my time.
And this is yet the problem. This is the problem. That is not infringing upon free speech.
Will the gentlelady yield?
I will yield to the right.
Thank you, Ms. Crockett. To be clear, your challenge, I think, was across the aisle, because I think every member on your side of the aisle agrees with the obvious fact that Vladimir Putin ordered the filthy, bloody, imperialistic invasion of Ukraine. And in fact, at the time, Donald Trump, as president, never denied it. In fact, he praised it. He said it was, quote, an act of genius when Putin ordered the invasion of Ukraine. So I would hope some of our colleagues would consent to at least that historical point, since we think history is so important. There are people who want to relive that in our oversight report.
And therein lies the problem.
The time of the gentlelady has expired. The gentleman from California is recognized.
I'd yield to the chairman.
I just wanted to make a point. We talked gentlelady, previous speaker talked about factual information. We've talked about fact checking. Fact checking. You know what fact checking is truly supposed to be in this country? The First Amendment, not some expert who can sit on and look at posts and tweets and different things and say, oh, that's not factual, take it down. That's not how it works. Fact checking is the First Amendment. Someone says something stupid, and that happens every day in this Congress. Someone says something crazy. Someone says something that's not quite true, not quite accurate. You know what the fact check is? Someone says something else, and you have debate. That's what we do in this committee every day. And this is the committee who's supposed to protect that fundamental fact. Real fact checking is the First Amendment. Our Supreme Court has been clear about that. You don't like certain speech. The best speech for wrong speech is more speech. The best speech for false speech is true speech. That's how it works. You have a debate, and you trust we, the people, to figure it out, not some expert who's going to fact check every tweet, every post. And we saw this in the Biden administration. We're seeing it in Europe now. We're seeing it in Brazil. That was the first bill we dealt with from the gentleman from California, his good legislation that we all agreed on. We're going to work on and put a good bill on the floor. So that's the key. That's what and we know it happened because, again, we had the guy who runs one of the biggest companies in the world, most successful tech companies in the world, tell us it happened.
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. I'm inspired by your First Amendment passion.
Yeah. So, in other words, you have Elon Musk and Donald Trump running shit. And he's still they're basically not embezzling. That's not the proper word, embezzling. They're basically, what are people telling me all the time that Dr. Umar is doing? They're basically taking money. They're grifting. But to them, this is a good grift. They're taking millions and millions and millions of dollars and putting it into Elon Musk's hands. And this is my conspiracy theory. And for the simple fact, because he is going to build and continue building, and it has nothing to do with the wannabe, the $6 billion skyscraper that's going to lead them to Mars. From here to Mars has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with his technology and shit like that. But it has something to do with Africa, though. Has something to do with Africa. And he's been, in a true fact, he has been fighting Julius Magma for quite a while now. And it's been produced in his tweets on X. Well, he basically calling Julius a racist because he made that, because he made that statement. Of course, kill the ball. I had to play it, but anyway, he's a South African. If correct me if I'm wrong, he is a South African, correct? So, and of course, Julius, one of the leaders in South Africa. I need to know more about Julius, though. I need to know a little bit more about Julius. As a matter of fact, I need to know more about all of our, our African brothers and sisters who are actual leaders in Africa. But I digress. I'm just telling you, I am just telling you literally that Eli and Donald Trump are just basically running shit. I didn't vote for him. I knew this was going to happen. But there's some people literally in the White House who look like us who are basically celebrating because they expect something from Trump. They expect something from Eli. They ain't gonna expect shit. 40 acres in the mule? Nah, they ain't gonna. A better life, a better opportunity. Donald Trump is not a racist. Huh?
You are the
You would.
you are the John Stuart Mill of the House of Representatives and the Voltaire of Congress, and you put me in the mood of Justice Brandeis. But I want to ask.
Stop there.
No, I got to keep going a little bit because I have to know whether or not your First Amendment passion and principles, which I take to be completely true, and I've always known that about you, extend to one citizen named Donald Trump. Now, let's talk about Donald Trump for a second, okay? He is, after all, I think, the president of the United States. And check this out, okay? Everybody in this room who's sitting on this side of the dais is a politician, okay? We have people say stuff about us and say stuff about our rivals and our opponents all the time. I don't know if there's anybody here who's ever sued anybody in politics for libel or defamation. I'm taking that no. I imagine a lot of us have felt like, have you? I'll be curious to hear about that later, Mr. Isa. But the vast majority of us don't sue people, even when we feel really aggrieved by the mean things that people say. And yet, Donald Trump gets to be president of the United States, and suddenly he decides he doesn't like Jim Jordan's approach, which is the answer to bad speech is good speech. The answer to false speech is true speech. The answer to nonsense is the dialectics of expression. That's the spirit of the First Amendment. Well, check this one out. Donald Trump personally suing CBS for $20 billion. The president of the United States is suing CBS for $20 billion. Why? What did they say about him? Did they lie about him? Did they defame him? No, it has nothing to do with him. It has to do with the way he thinks they unfairly edited a video conversation with Kamala Harris. He said that the way the video looked in the commercial for 60 Minutes was different from the way she appeared. The president of the United States is suing them for $20 billion and ordering the FCC, which is part of the U.S. government and under his unitary executive theory, reporting directly to him like a monarch. He's ordered them to go out and investigate CBS. And meantime, his close friend is trying to take over Paramount. And so he's, of course, completely entangled on the business side. That's not the first time. He did it to ABC with George Stephanopoulos, which settled a suit for him for, I think that one was $15 million. The president of the United States is shaking down the media. Would you guys really be so silent and taciturn about this if it was Joe Biden doing that? Honestly, I'm just waiting for one person to answer me honestly about it. Would you guys be okay if Joe Biden had been the one who had said destroy a grand jury subpoena against the Democratic mayor of New York for corruption? Would you be okay with that? But suddenly, because it's Donald Trump, you don't want to do oversight on it. It's the most amazing thing in the world. And they're young people watching, and this is the U.S. government. And we're going to be silent with all of these attacks on the First Amendment where the president is saying, I don't like the words you use. I want you to say Gulf of America, not Gulf of Mexico. Associated Press is now banned from this room. I'm kicking you out. I mean, come on. This is the United States of America. Will any of my friends over there, all of whom understand and love the First Amendment, say it should apply even against the president of the United States? And I know you voted for him, and you'd vote for him again if the Constitution changes and so on. But leaving all that aside, does the First Amendment not apply to him? So I find that we are in an astonishing situation right now.
Will the ranker yield?
I would gladly yield to the gentlelady from Texas.
I'm just, you brought up the Gulf of Mexico, and I just left and I was talking about facts versus fiction. I'm curious to know, do y'all agree that it's the Gulf of Mexico? Can we say?
She's still not letting up on that. She's still not letting up on that shit. But needless to say, she's fighting a losing battle. in my opinion. She is fighting a losing battle. Let's go to something. Let's go to my good friend. Let's go to my good friend Reese.
Oh, Snoopy Snoop.
Do stand for something. This here turf is golden soil, and it won't be tarnished with things like that.
The flags on that overpass over I-75 that they are not welcome here. In fact, that black blob on the concrete right over there is the...
I have to admit it, Lisa, you got me hooked. You got me completely hooked on this guy.
Charred remnants of one of those flags burned to a crisp.
Well, the fallout has continued. Huh? No, I'm not talking about that flag. No, that flag is long gone.
New video just released by Evendale Police shows the moments an officer interacted with a neo-Nazi group after that demonstration over 75 near Lincoln Heights.
There's been a lot of discussion, obviously, about this incident since it happened 11 days ago on February 7th. So you're about to see the officer on the overpass first ordering the white supremacist group to get into the U-Haul and leave the bridge when counter-protesters then arrive.
And by the way, that was smart. That was smart. He told them to leave because if they would have stayed there, they would have seen LH spelled on top of the burned flag in bullets and then a prayer circle.
One man arranged bullets to spell out LH on the flag, a message not to return to Lincoln Heights, to lower the temperature.
Terrifying.
So about 5 minutes later, you could see the same officer walk up to the U-Haul outside of a Lockland local schools building shortly before.
An officer, a white supremacist is a white supremacist. Just remember when I said that. A white supremacist is a white supremacist. Now, look at this and tell me this is not suspect.
Before kids were about to be released from class that day, here's the exchange now between the Evendale officer and the neo-Nazi group in the U-Haul, and the one man not wearing a mask you're about to see asking if he can go back and pick up his service dog where the protest happened on the overpass on 75.
You mean to tell me you have a service dog, but that didn't stop you from coming down to march for hate and try and terrorize locals? You have a service dog. You brought the service dog into your hate. That's a shame. Because that service dog probably could have helped some black kids. You know what I mean? And now the service dog head messed up. And shouldn't that be on the bridge?
We're trying to figure out a plan to get that. Yeah, I don't know if we've got to get him an Uber or something. That's probably the best bet, I'm guessing. I don't think anybody knows about. There's a dog. If the dog in there is cool with, if the dog is in there is cool with me driving it to you guys, I can go and get it. But there's a dog in there. I don't know.
Yeah, we need to get him. He's my service animal. That's why I really need to get him. But it's
Get you an Uber. Let's go. Here, get your mask on. Let's go. I don't give a on my face right now. Just take that black that shirt off, and you can get my car.
Cool, thank you, brother.
And then
Why you taking the shirt off? Huh? Why you taking the shirt off? Because it seems to me like you have him take the shirt off so that he doesn't seem like a member of that group. But you going and doing your duty to protect and serve the group because apparently it doesn't matter. Right? So apparently it's all good and it doesn't matter. They just try to terrorize the community. So why it matter now?
Again, a white supremacist is a white supremacist. Period. I don't even have to say much. But the much that I have to say is inscribed in that video that he just played. Now, I'll just ask the question. What was the officer? Why is the officer helping these gentlemen the ones that were terrorizing and protesting and doing the whole swastika thing and all this other type of shit, just swinging swastikas around. Black folk, black people coming up and look, they had rifles, didn't they? Didn't they just say the other day that they came with their swastikas and their rifles? And so now the officers are telling these white supremacists to get in a U-Haul and they take them down to the police station. For what? Interesting.
If I got in the driver's seat of the car with the dog bite me, you think? No. Okay. No. He's a good dog. He'll sniff you to death. You make sure you got your keys. Hey.
Yeah, I got the.
You guys have? Are you guys done?
Yeah, we're done.
There's no other.
We're just trying to go get the dog and get the Jeep, and then we're out.
Yeah, we're gone. Let's go grab it.
So y'all got no more hate. You got no more hating that you doing today, huh? Cause y'all, Vince Carter said, I think I got one more in me. You sure y'all ain't got one more in?
I don't know. Maybe I'm not the smartest person in the world. And not even the biggest YouTuber. But I know some conspiracy theories when I see one. So you mean to tell me, and I might be wrong, but was that staged? Or was that actually a real thing? Because we're living in a world now that, racism don't even exist anymore. So I'm asking, was this staged? Or was this actual protest that white folks were doing, swinging their little swastikas around while having rifles? Interesting.
Huh? Because I'll be honest with you, I had to stop and get some lotto tickets on my way down here. You should see what's going on out in front of that 7-Eleven. Yeah. Chicken bones blocking parking spaces. You can't even use half the parking spaces because they're just covered in chicken bones. I'll drop you by that 7-Eleven.
Okay, so the video goes on to show that officer drive back to the original overpass where the demonstration happened. Evendale police just released the video a week after it released footage from several other officers that day. On social media, the village of Evendale saying, quote, there is a significant amount of misinformation circulating on social media regarding the actions of Evendale officers on February 7th.
That seemed pretty clear to me. That seemed pretty clear. Okay, fine. Let's look at the raw footage.
We're uploading the body camera footage of every officer who responded on February 7th so that you can see the actions of our officers with your own eyes. We have a link to that on our website. Go to WLWT.com. We will link you to all of that footage if you'd like to see more.
Hell yeah! What do you think your mindset is when you driving up to a group of Yahtzees? Even as a police officer, you like, man, did I use my bronzer this week? Did I make sure? I tell you this, I'm glad it's February. I'm glad it's February because I could seem racially ambiguous, June, July, but February, nah, we good. We good.
I think you need the fire department.
Now, here they come in their U-Haul. They love a U-Haul, boy. They love a U-Haul.
We're trying to figure out a plan to get that.
Now, is the Yahtzee driving in the neon vest? Is he part of the group? Well, is he like a chaperone?
Stop playing the games. You know he's a part of that freaking group. Come on, bruh.
I don't know which one is better. For you to just be the safety chaperone for the Yahtzee march,
A white supremacist is a white supremacist.
Or did the Yahtzees just have to have a group meeting like, all right, look, it's 20 of us, okay? We got 19 hate slots. Okay, we got 19 hate slots, and we got one slot for safety. So,
hold up. Then bro say there's 19 hate slots. We just need a 20th member. Wow. I like this guy. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you.
Look, I was safety last time, okay, and y'all got to have all the fun. Okay, y'all got to see the terror in the eyes of women and children. I missed all that, you know, because I had to be here in neon. So it's not going to be me. So y'all decide amongst yourselves who going to be safety for this particular one. Y'all do paper, rock, scissors and figure it out. Matter of fact, just do paper, rock. Just do paper, rock. We don't do scissors no more because the singer ruined that. But what about Dwayne The Rock Johnson? All right, just do paper.
If a dog is in there, it's cool with me driving it to you guys. I can go and get it. But there's a dog in there. I don't know.
Yeah, we need to get him. He's my service animal. That's why I really need to get him. But
Let's go. Here,
get your mask on. Let's go. I don't give a fuck about my face right now.
Just take that black that shirt off, and you can get my car.
Cool. Thank you.
What's up with that shit? America, land of the free, home of the Ohio Police Department. This is in Cincinnati, by the way. Boy, I wish I was back in Michigan. If I would have known that, Cincinnati, Ohio ain't that far from Michigan. Cincinnati, Ohio is not that far from Michigan. I guarantee you, I'd have drove around there with my influence. 15 rounds of that. Actually, it's 20 rounds. 20 rounds of armor-piercing influence. And I would have went to that protest. And that swastika would have gotten swatted. Just saying for YouTube purposes.
And then,
besides, this is the First Amendment.
if I got in the driver's seat of the car with the dog biting me, you think? No.
He's a good dog. He'll sniff you to death.
That dog, he is such a loving dog. He is. We have tried to teach the dog hate, and it just hasn't stuck, you know. So that's why the dog still gets to go around in his regular street clothes. He hasn't earned his stripes yet. Yeah, we hopefully we come back next year. The dog will be hateful, but right now, not at all. Yeah, I can tell you this. He has brought me.
And that's kind of funny that white folks have been training dogs for years to attack black people. But wasn't it something recent that happened the other day where a dog was biting a teenager? What was that guy's name? Have to do some researching. Well, I did say that that was one of his executive orders. That was one of Trump's executive orders, free speech. Basically. You're free to express whatever you want. I said this before, and I said this before on YouTube, and I'll say it again. You are free to express anything, bro. Anything. Just know the consequences and repercussions of your actions. Just like you have a right to free speech, we, as Black Americans, have a right to free speech too. It's only fair, right?
Me crosses on the street. Yeah. Flammable ones. I'm also struck by how all of a sudden they all miss the congeniality right now. Yeah, they all wasn't these the same dudes that was on the bridge trying to terrorize the community, right? Wasn't these the same dudes dropping ends on anybody who just happened to pass by? And then, hey, what can we do for you? Huh? Yeah, I'm just looking for my dog. Yeah, I clocked out. Yeah, I clocked out of my hate. So, I'm just wanting to go.
He said, I clocked out of my hate. I had to punch in for work to get my hate on. Once I didn't hate anymore. Now it's time to punch out. This guy.
Go about my life right now. I have a journal here that I take notes. I journal, and I just want to get some thoughts down in my journal before I get too much distance from what happened. So if I could grab my dog and come back and have a journal, that would be fantastic. And if there's a tea place on the way, I would love to get some tea so I can journal here in the back of this U-Haul and really just knock a chunk out of this man.
Yeah. Do you guys have? Are you guys done?
Yeah, we're done.
There's no other.
No, we're just trying to go get the dog and get the Jeep, and then we're out.
Yeah, we're going. Let's go grab it.
Oh, you ain't getting the Jeep. I can tell you that right now. Well, you might go get it, but you ain't gonna drive it. No, that's a push on. Yeah, that's a push on. Yeah, and that's gonna take a long time. Now I see why you wanted him to change out of that black, because you knew the condition of that Jeep. He said if they find that Jeep, it's going to take them all day to move that 3 miles. So
what they saw on that overpass, but their gathering was about standing together. What they saw on that overpass.
So they packed the Jeep up along with the white supremacists, and they just put them in a different location. Interesting. It's like, well, why come there and want to arrest us? They didn't really do anything. All they did was just protest. They do the exact same thing in Lansing, Michigan all the time. So it ain't no freaking different what they're doing in Cincinnati, Ohio. But my only concern was they had rifles. So if the white supremacists had rifles, I mean, Second Amendment. Again, we have a right to a Second Amendment, do we not? You bring yours, I bring mine. Don't you just love America?
But their gathering was about standing together.
This is unity. This is all you. Nobody's here to fight. Nobody's here to cause any trouble.
Anger and frustration.
No justice!
Now turning into a push for more answers and transparency.
The people united!
After a parent neo-Nazi group brandished flags showing was over I-75 near Lincoln Heights in Evendale.
Tell them that we being respectful, please.
Residents from Locklandale.
Tell them that we being
group brandished flags showing was over I-75.
Wow. It looked like a rifle to me. That looked like a rifle to me. Dang. So, like I said, since we see that, right, we get to come with our rifles, right? I mean, I'm just saying, I'm making a suggestion. You come with your shit, we come with ours. Excuse the baby language.
75 near Lincoln Heights in Evendale.
Tell them that we being respectful, please.
Residents from Lockland and Lincoln Heights held two separate gatherings Monday. A demonstration above I-75 South at the Lockland split and a town hall in Lincoln Heights.
An incredible amount.
but we need a full investigation, and it needs to be had in a way that at the end of it, yes, people do feel safe. They feel like they can trust the institutions.
Now, let me tell you how much I commend the response of the people in this community. I said it in the first video. I'll say it again. He said people need to know that they can trust their institutions, which is 1,000% correct. But we live in a moment in time where people with these kinds of thoughts and ideologies are not only infiltrating local institutions, but national institutions.
Since Friday's display, community members have been criticizing police for not doing enough to combat this group and the Evendale Police Department's role in escorting the pro-group away.
And
Evendale Police put out a statement saying that the Nazi display was offensive, but not illegal.
What in what world?
Again, I hate to say it, but they have a legal right in this country by law, by the First Amendment, to protest. I hate saying it too. I hate it. Believe you and me, I hate it. But when you come online, or not online, starting with Trump, when you say before 20 days before the inauguration that everybody's going to have a right to first speech, that means everybody, white, black, Asian, whatever, has a right to say and protest whatever they want to say. Again, Second Amendment rights. They had their rifles. Protection under the law. They had their rifles. Right? But guess what? We have a right to protest too. And they can't take our shit away because we have a right, just like we have a right to free speech, we have a right to bring our rifles as well. Isn't that right, Lisa? I mean, this is under the First and Second Amendment, right? If they take that away, that's violation, and they can get sued. The Supreme Court, their best, they had no. You don't have no best interest. They don't have no best interest in black folks. They have no best interest, but you can still sue because under the First and the Second Amendment, I have a right to say what I want to say, and I have a right to protect myself. So there's nothing you can say. If these people can do it, I can do it as well. In America, great.
World did you think that you were able to get away with shuttling them out and then coming to disperse a peaceful protest against them?
And there it is right there. It's one thing for you to tell me that it is not unlawful, and I am someone who appreciates freedom of speech by virtue of what I do right now and how you are watching this video. I can pick up what you're putting down. So you want to tell me that it's not unlawful, but there's a chasm of difference between whether or not something is lawful and whether or not you will help them achieve their said goals of coming in, antagonizing the community, and leaving. You decided to involve yourself to aid and abet said domestic event. Y'all did that.
Now, given video floating around social media showing Evendale officers escorting those apparent neo-Nazis away, we just learned about an hour ago, according to Sheriff Charmaine McGuffey, that the Evendale police chief is reviewing body camera footage from those officers that day. Today, Hamilton County Sheriff Charmaine McGuffey attempted to respond to those concerns about police conduct Friday.
When officers arrive on a scene where you have, and I'm just going to say it, ugly individuals standing there with a weapon, all right, strapped to them, and it's a weapon that can cause a lot of damage and kill people. Their goal is to de-escalate that. They had to keep the residents from approaching those individuals and possibly being shot or shot at.
So if I got this straight, and I understand that every jurisdiction doesn't operate the same, but if I got this straight, just based on the ethos of the Boys in Blue, so if a Lincoln Heights resident would have gone into, I don't know, Idaho or Montana or one of those enclaves where they decide to never not be racist, okay? If they were to go into one of those communities and antagonize the locals while showing up wearing, I don't know, saltine boxes on their heads, but strapped, okay? You mean to tell me the locals would take it upon themselves to protect said individuals and to make sure that they got what they needed safely? And oh yeah, if you left your Black and Miles down there, they will escort you in the back of the Idaho police cruiser down to go get your Black and Miles and your Jeep.
On the overpass over 75, right between Evendale and Lincoln Heights, has a state lawmaker working on new legislation. WLWT News Host John London here in studio now with what it entails and whether it could really make an impact or a difference in cases like this.
Well, Sheree, it would be patterned after a law in California, and here's how it would work. Basically, if you're armed, can't wear a mask that hides your identity. Right now in this state, you can. And 25th Ohio House Democrat Cecil Thomas has seen the video of the dangerous confrontation and has heard the plea for a new law.
So in one state, you can't wear a mask if you're armed. But in another state, not only can you wear a mask, but you can be armed. Wow. Wow. This is talk about imbalance.
In the event there's a next time along the lines of what you see here, community leaders are searching for a way to legally intervene. Hate speech, though offensive and volatile, is protected speech. Sheriff Charmaine McGuffey has made it clear she's not okay with just leaving it there.
And I am calling on the legislatures in Ohio to make it a crime to wear a mask for the purpose of intimidation while open carrying a weapon.
Lincoln Heights is on edge. Body cam video released by Evendale police showing the response of their officers has not calmed the waters. Armed citizens are keeping watch on the streets.
When I saw that, the first thing I did was immediately thought about, I got to find a way to de-escalate this situation because the unimaginable could occur.
Hell yeah. I wouldn't be going to work if that's the way the streets was looking. Tell them I'll be on the Zoom. I'll be on the Zoom.
Representative Cecil Thomas is trying to craft language that would restrict hate groups and stand up constitutionally.
It doesn't prevent them from coming in masked, but they can't come in masked and armed.
I like that. They can't come in. Yeah, they got to pick. They got to pick. I would add a third service dog. If you bring in your service dog, now you can't do neither one of those. So, because this is not where you need to be, quite frankly.
As counter-protesters arrive, the police body cam video shows an officer ordering the white supremacists to get inside a U-Haul and leave the area. Later, an officer drove a member of the group back to the bridge to retrieve his service dog, but told him it seemed too dangerous to get to his car. The question from here to Columbus is how you write a law that shortens the legal distance between free speech and...
So you're helping. Okay. So you're helping just to go to get the service dog. Oh, okay, I get it. White supremacy is that. White supremacy. Whether you're an officer of the law or you're just a regular old white protester with a swastika. If I find you are basically helping this person, retrieve anything. We're gonna go back to We're just going to go back to the scene of the crime and we're going to retrieve your dog. Oh, you're actually helping this individual. One day, Negroes are going to get tired. And we're just going to say, get. We're going to start trashing police cars too. Whether you're a neo-Nazi or not. And why are we blurring out neo-Nazis? Why are we blurring out the word Nazis for? Why are we... Never mind.
Crossing a line.
I'm asking.
I want to show y'all this. This is quite funny. And this is... And I think this is one of the reasons why people are starting to smart up, due to the fact that we have a president that is clearly prejudiced. I don't know if racist. I can say that, sure, but more than likely, I would call him a capitalist. But he is prejudiced, nevertheless. But he's also he's a capitalist. He loves people with money, whether you're black or white or otherwise. His daddy is a racist and a prejudiced, but that's here there or there. But I want to show you something, because people are getting tired too. Fair use. Let me see. Okay, got you.
Target, Walmart, McDonald's, and Amazon that does not recognize black dollars or black business. If you gonna put up a picture that sat at the door, afraid of the spooks that sat at the door, these runaway slaves hiding in the White House gonna throw my picture up thinking that I'm gonna be afraid. If you got real courage, don't show my picture. Show the picture of the one that fired the black Joint Chief of Staff from the military. If you gonna show a picture of the CEO of Target, Walmart, McDonald's, and Amazon that does not recognize black dollars or black business. If you gonna put up a picture of the state legislators in Florida that are banning black books. If you gonna put up the picture of the one who is stealing classified information from the IRS and Social Security. If you gonna put up a picture of those that don't want your mama to pay $35 for insulin and your child to pay $35 for inhaler. If you gonna put up a picture of those that are jailing children and separating families. I ain't ever scared. In case you forgot, I'm from the west side of Baltimore. If you got a problem, pull up on me. To pay $35 for insulin and your child to pay $35 for inhaler. If you gonna put up a picture of those that are jailing children and separating families. I ain't ever scared. In case you forgot, I'm from the west side of Baltimore. If you got a problem, pull up on me.
Oh, I wish that was every day or every Sunday. Hell, I get dressed just to go to every Sunday pockets. If this sermon was every single Sunday, shit, I wouldn't miss church for nothing. I'm like, where was this when I was growing up? That pastor, he said, pull up. Pastor said, pull up. Yeah, liar. I can't believe Pastor was going off, bro. And serves him right. Serves him right. People are waking up. People are waking up to these racist ass cowards, man. People are waking up fast. Even certain pastors are waking up. I'm like, where was this all along? Damn. All right, transitioning to, I mean, we played this off long enough. I've been wanting to play this clip of Dr. Umar before we departure. We need to be, I got to explain it because you got a whole bunch of, he's going to have a whole bunch of motherfuckers coming up in the chat just talking shit, but I just believe that this is important. This is just as important as anything. Fuck a school, fuck a candy bar, fuck a hooker, whatever. Can you debunk what he is saying? And oh, by the way, there's a coon that I will be making a video on. Join me on Tuesday. I never would thought that, of course, that I would be reacting to a particular individual who, let's just say, thinks highly of himself. But needless to say, Sambos often do that. Sambos often feel that they need to change black people from the way how they see society. If you read Uncle Tom's Cabin, you know what I'm talking about. And already he has challenged Umar, he has challenged Tariq Nasheed. We'll get into all of that on Tuesday. We'll get to all this on Tuesday. It's one of my days off, but hell, we probably might get to this on Sunday. You never know. Fair use.
And the Jacksonville, Florida community for thinking enough of me tonight to be here, to join in this celebration of the 99th annual Negro History Week. It was February the 7th of 1926. The Right Excellent, Most Honorable Marcus Garvey was in prison on chumped-up charges engineered by J. Edgar Hoover in the FBI. Dr. Carter G. Woodson, one of the first American Africans to get a PhD from Harvard University, founded in 1915 the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History. Having done that in 1915, Dr. Carter G. Woodson felt that it wasn't enough. He needed to do more. And so on February the 7th of 1926, he gave us Negro History Week. And contrary to urban legend, it was not the government that gave us the month of February. It was not the white power structure that gave us the month of February. Dr. Carter G. Woodson chose the month of February because it included the Earth Day, the solar return of my ancestor and cousin, the great Frederick Douglass, but also because it included the Earth Day of Abraham Lincoln. And we know Abraham Lincoln was no friend of African people. But Dr. Carter G. Woodson saw fit to include him in the rationale so as to appease scared Negroes who didn't feel comfortable celebrating Black history without some white people getting some of the attention. And then Even after founding Negro History Week on February the 7th, 1926, once again, Dr. Carter G. Woodson said, I must do something else. Already the publisher and author of 16 books, already the publisher and lead author of the Journal of Negro History, in 1933, he published what I believe is one of the most important, groundbreaking books in the history of Black America. And the name of that book is Miseducation of the Negro. If you have not read it, your homework assignment from Dr. Umar today, not just for the Edward Waters University students, but for all of you here, if you have not read Miseducation of the Negro, you must read it. I think it's one of the 3, not 5, not 10, not 25, not 100. I think it's one of the top 3 greatest books ever written on the condition of African people. In that book, Dr. Carter G. Woodson says, when you control a man's mind, you need not worry about his behavior. When you control what he thinks, you need not worry about what he will do. If you control his beliefs about himself, you don't have to tell him to go to the back door. He will go on his own because his training has made it so. And when he gets to the back door, if there is no back door, he will make a back door and walk out the back door. This is relevant now because President Trump signed an executive order to do away with critical race theory in schools. He signed an executive order to do away with the teaching of the truth of American history. They don't want the truth of slavery taught. It diminishes the propaganda of what America is supposed to be. They don't want the history of racism taught because it diminishes the character of what America is supposed to be. But to that I say, brothers and sisters of Jacksonville, Florida, students of Edward Waters University, let them do away with it on the federal level. That don't stop us from celebrating who we are on the local level.
And I respect Dr. Umar's opinion. More like I respect his facts about what he's speaking of. And that is how, so I said it before myself, Trump is doing away with any and everything that can get pretty much in his way, that pretty much is a waste of money. And he even said education, paraphrasing, is a waste of money. So he's trying to do away with education, right? And he's trying to do away with Black history. Anything that came right after me, I had nothing to do with. How old is this man? 79 years old? Your family is a part of it. Or your family, either that or your family benefits from white supremacy. Your family benefits from everything that is being done in this country. I dare anybody to bungle it. But oh wait, somebody has. And I will be getting in that ass pretty much tomorrow. Pause.
See, we have to understand as African people that the first step of getting out of slavery is realizing you don't need your slave master no more. So 99 years. That means next year, brothers and sisters, we'll be celebrating the centennial of Negro History Week. And you know what's interesting about that centennial? It occurs in the very same year that America celebrates her 250th birthday next year. So 2026 is the centennial of Black history, and 2026 is the 250-year anniversary of the birth of the United States. You know what that means? That means that every one of you has a decision you need to make between now and next year. And that decision is, will you be celebrating your slave master, or will you be celebrating your ancestors? That's the only decision that you have to make for next year. See, the reason they want the history of slavery out of the books is because that can muddy up next year's celebration. The reason they need slavery out the way because next year is the big celebration where America's going to sell to the world this propagandized image of her being so holy and sanctified. So we can't talk about slave ships and rape. We can't talk about forced dehumanization. We can't talk about Breonna Taylor and Trayvon Martin. We can't talk about Sandra Bland and Amir Pope. We can't talk about Philando Castile and Freddie Gray. We can't talk about none of that because that makes us look bad. We got to tuck that in because according to the president, we don't want white kids to feel bad about what their ancestors did. That's interesting, ain't it? Don't tell the truth so white kids don't feel ashamed. But you had no problem telling lies to black children for 400 years and nobody signed that out in an executive order. You know, we had a conversation upstairs before we came down, and I was sharing with the students, distinguished seniors, that back in my birth city of Philadelphia, tomorrow will be a Super Bowl parade for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I took issue with the school district of...
Yeah, We-On-Loc Nation. Who the hell is there?
Man, what's happening, bro? It's Trees, man. What's good with you?
What good with it, Playboy?
What's up, man? You cut your hair. Look like you cut your hair for a second, man.
I did cut my hair.
Oh, shit. You did.
Shit, I had to get done.
No, I mean like your dread. I thought you took your dreads off.
No. Not yet. Not yet. I'll let it grow for another couple more years and I'll just bring it back down. It's been long enough. It's been long enough. Oh, so what's up, man? You know that that catastrophe that happened 2 days ago? Do you actually believe JP?
Man, all that shit goofy, man, to be honest with you.
Very, very goofy indeed. I do agree. I do fucking agree. That's why I said I'm gonna leave that up to them. But yo, why are people so upset? I haven't seen this many crash outs and we're in March now. I have not seen this many crash outs since January 20th. Well, he made his consecutive decision. He made 29 or 30 some consecutive decisions. One of them is freedom of speech. What'd you say?
As soon as he got his orange peel ass in that office, he just started signing all kinds of shit.
Yep. And one of them is taking away your education.
Oh, yep. Mm-hmm.
The other one, giving everybody free speech.
Right.
Pretty soon he's gonna start taking away people's Social Security. I can't wait for that shit to happen.
Yeah, I can't wait either. Benefits, people, people been working their whole life. He about to take all that away.
Yeah, and because he's saying that whatever I mean, all this stuff that Joe Biden has done throughout the years and giving everybody all these uh, special needs that just basically just ruins the country because we need money for this, we need money for that, and I basically need money to just go overseas and see old Putin, have a couple of drinks here and there. And while I'm overseas, you guys can have your prejudiceness. I mean your conversations and shit like that. And of course, what happened in Cincinnati wasn't no conspiracy.
Oh, definitely not.
It wasn't no conspiracy at all. But did you see what happened after the fact?
Yeah.
I'm like, is this officer helping this white supremacist get his dog?
Yeah. I mean, but that ain't no surprise, man. The police department is the KKK anyway. It's always been like that. So people shouldn't be surprised.
Yo, you can't say that. You can't say that on YouTube. You can't say that on
Allegedly.
YouTube. You can't say the truth. You can't say the truth on YouTube.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Well,
but people shouldn't be surprised at shit that they see. Like, why are you surprised? Why is anybody surprised?
What? You know who is surprised?
The MAGA?
White folks. Oh, it's MAGA versus MAGA. I'm talking about the white folks that thought that Trump was actually for them, and apparently that wasn't the case either.
Oh, that ain't never been the case.
Trump is on a revenge tour.
Yeah.
Anybody who has talked bad about him, anybody who has made that type of decisions about him to go to jail, anybody who is actually in the tabloids, it doesn't even matter if it's in the tabloids or not. If it's on, I think he was going to sue CNN or something like that for like $6 billion or something like that.
Good luck with that.
Definitely. But you thought you had a seat at the table. And all these black motherfuckers. Oh my God. All in the White House just kiki and cockeyed Googling and oh yes, free at last.
Nah, you really believe that orange pill gonna save you and help you, and they tripping.
Oh, he gonna help you, all right. He gonna help you, all right. You gonna find out just soon how tough it is.
Man,
we should have voted for Kamala. What will that do? It's just be more gay. There's gonna be more gay people.
I mean, but you know what though? That's why Trump is about to have so much backlash from that community of people, because what he's trying to do and what he's already kind of set in place. So they really about to be upset. You know what I'm saying? You got these men that think they women, they can't call themselves women no more. Oh, it's a wrap, bro. It's about to get all kinds of backlash.
Oh yeah, he did say earlier on that women are women and men are men. So what do you think that's doing to the LGBT community? Quite interesting. And he is taking away food stamps, by the way. Your SNAP, your WIC. Good luck.
Good luck with all that.
Good luck with all of it. I told you, back to business as usual. I told you. Oh my God, this is so insane. And poor Jasmine. Poor Jasmine. She's fighting a losing battle. I love Maxine. I love Maxine Waters. I met her. Very sweet lady, but there ain't nothing you can do with Trump. Now, if he comes up slipping, now that's one thing. But he's gonna cover all of his tracks, and he has somebody to take the fall just in case they want to get out of line. And he was right beside him while he was making executive orders. And oh, by the way, you know Elon Musk is damn near a trillionaire. It's gonna take him a couple years. It's gonna probably take him a couple years, but he's gonna end up a trillionaire. Just watch.
Yeah, I mean, but you know, that's not his name, man. His name is Eli Hitler. Allegedly, bro.
Oh damn! I forgot. Damn. Him and that other guy both. Oh. Come on, man.
I mean, look, like, can't nobody say, "Oh, that's not true, yo." It's true, man. The dude did this. He did the sign on national television more than once to let you know what he is.
No, because I keep hearing people say all the time that Trump is not a racist. At least that's what I know. You don't know shit.
Oh, he's not a racist. Okay. I mean, people can say that, but then I can tell them to do their research on him and find out what him and his dad was doing and who's funding Trump. I mean, they funding him. So.
Funding.
Yes, sir.
But Joe Biden's a real racist. So is Trump, numbnuts.
Exactly.
I mean, you gotta realize who is funding them. You have a white ringer in damn, I had the freaking name in my head. Well, you got one David Duke on one end, and you have I have the mother freaker's name in my mouth. Pause. Jeez. Richard Spencer.
There you go.
You have Richard Spencer on one end and David Duke on the other. But Tommy Sotomayor said, David Duke is a good man. He's changed. Says who?
Man, look, you can't change anybody. People don't change, bro. Once you become a certain time in your life, bro, you 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, bro, that's who you are. That's just who you are.
You kind of got it. You're right, but let me add some spice to that. You can change, but money, power, and influences change you permanently.
That's a fact too.
Once you get that money, you turn it into some type of liquid, or you're turning it into a Bitcoin or something like that. Once you get that black card, it's pretty much a wrap. But then you're fighting. But guess what? You're fighting other forces. I don't know, the people in Africa once. Because if you pay attention to Eli Hitler's Musk's tweets from X, He's targeting the people. He's targeting the people in Africa.
Yeah,
You just let go of 24, 28 people in the White House or whatever. Did he let go of like 28, 29 people? Because they see more room.
So did.
Because he said they said they needed more room. The money that they were receiving, that's not enough to survive off of some shit.
I mean,
Prices are still high.
Oh yeah, man. Listen, bro, we got eggs costing $10, man. Come on, bro.
I heard. Nobody gonna be clucking for a while.
Hey man, look, hey, you better get your own chicken. That's all I can tell you.
They're poisoning the chicken. I wouldn't even buy. I have never seen chicken that big before in my life, bro.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hey, wait. You go to Popeyes. If there's a Popeyes in your area, see how big that damn chicken is.
Oh
I
yeah.
never seen chicken that big.
I mean, forget about going to Popeyes, man. Get on YouTube and look that up. It's chicken out here. These man, they got muscles, bro. These chicken to beat your ass, bro.
Muscles. They got. Oh, they be kicking your ass though. Oh, it was lovely. That was fucking lovely. I thought that chicken was about to twerk there for a minute, but that was just my imagination.
Yeah, hey man, don't.
Once
If
you
you
put
wake up
that
one,
steroids, you put that
oh
steroids
yeah.
in that fucking chicken. Jesus.
And if you wake up one day and it's a chicken and it's a chicken breaking into your car, don't be surprised, bro.
Chicken breaking into the car. and by the way, stop blaming Snoop and Nelly and Rick Ross for performing. They're performers, dude.
Yeah, it ain't like they voted for it. You know what I'm saying? The guy, they get paid to do that. Like, what are we talking about?
They get paid to do performers. They're not role models.
Right.
They're not fucking role models. Even though I like Nelly because he's marrying Ashanti, and they got a baby together. But they're not. Please, they're entertainers.
Right.
And but in the DEI, you can forget that. It was about high time y'all got rid of some of that shit anyway. All that shit was meant for hungry hippo ass white women. Literally.
Mm-hmm.
It was never meant for you, because even if you still had it in place, you were still going to have the same problems as when Trump made an executive order to get rid of DEI. You were going to have the same problems anyway.
Yeah.
Building institutions is, I'm telling you, it's the best way to go about it. It's the best way to go about it.
I just feel like you just can't talk to these people, man. They've been manipulated, bro. They brainwashed, man. They believe whatever he say, whatever that man say, they believe.
I will say this. Trump is consistent.
Yeah, he's a consistent liar.
Don't do him like that. Don't do the boy like that.
He's a consistent liar, bro. And he's a master manipulator.
Hey, what did you tell me? What did you tell me the other day? I forgot what you said the other day. What did you say the other day? Something about moving to the left and to the right. What did you say?
No, I said something about staying neutral, and I was like, shit, I'm gonna move around. I'm gonna move to Canada in a minute.
No. The day that he made that speech and shots were fired. What did you say?
Oh, about it being a fake assassination attempt, and he was getting sympathy votes because that's all that was.
No. You said move. If he would have moved, I had to hear it from you. He said move a couple of inches to the right.
Oh yeah. That was like 2 months ago. Yeah, I said, man. I said, I just wish he would have moved a little bit to the left.
A little bit to the
But yeah,
damn.
that was just sympathy votes, man. Because then, like the next time we seen the dude, he had his bandage on the other ear, man. That was fake, bro. And I be like, I mean, it's people that pointed that out, but man, people be ignoring the shit that's right in their face. Like when you got all these YouTubers and all these people showing y'all that his bandage was on the other ear, and y'all still think that was real. Like, there's something wrong with y'all.
Illusion of inclusion. That's what I call it.
Yeah.
I will call it the illusion of fucking inclusion. If you believe that he was really gonna get assassinated, I mean, they already attempted it twice. But hey, here's what it. I don't know. It drains me, to be perfectly honest with you. Right? I know I didn't vote for neither one of these bastards, but yet they're calling me medic because he didn't make the right decision to vote for Kamala Harris. What?
Listen, man, I didn't vote for neither one of them either. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about the Democrats, most of them, they're trying to keep like the benefits, like people's benefits. This dude's trying to take them away. You know what I'm saying? That's all people really care about. Like, yo, I've been working for 40 years or for 55 years. Like, I don't want to be sitting at home only getting a little bit. Like, that ain't right, bro.
It's a little better than nothing.
Man, listen, if you've been working your whole life, you should be getting every dime that you're worth. Every dime. So you shouldn't be sitting at home not getting, because he really talking about he don't want people to get no benefits at all. I mean, a little bit is better than nothing, I guess, but no, you're supposed to get every dime, bro. Every dime.
If you're not in position to win, if you're not in a position that you can make at least 6 figures, I will say this: put yourself in the position now while you still have a chance, because at this moment in time, not a lot of people are going to be homeless. I know that because he just did some. There was a couple of hiring freezes at my job, so nobody's going to be hired. No one else is going to be hired in for whatever fucking reason. Second, he did sign another executive order for if you something about can't collect tips and tax, something like that. So if you make tips, it's not taxed.
Right.
So what do you think the American people are going? What do you think the American people are thinking right now? Those who have actually were responsible for putting them in office. They're thinking money. They're thinking opportunity for them. It's not going to be an opportunity for everybody now.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be an opportunity for everybody. So I just say this. I think it's high time to put your little pay differences aside and start putting, Yeah, work for yourself.
Yeah, you better start it, or you better start investing.
I don't
You know
know
what I'm
about
saying?
this shit because this thing been going to bat shit ever since Trump has been in office. Ooh, and shouts out to Jay Cardell. She is back and she is pissed.
Yeah.
Did you watch
Shout
that
out.
shit?
I ain't finished it, but hey, man, but you know, it's something that you just said was important, bro. And you should like go on business for yourself while you still got a chance. Cause I mean, like you got, like I've been listening to these dumb people, and they be like, "Well, I'm a professional bidder, man. That ain't guaranteed, bro. Like you better create your own business. You better do something, cause I mean, I've been to Watts, California, and man, when I tell you that's been going on for years, where people just scattered all over the streets, living in tents. That, bro, it's I'm starting to see that in other places where the cost of living is low, but I'm seeing it. I'm starting to see that. So I mean, man, people better stop blowing their money on everything and just spending wildly, bro.
Get
And
a
better stop.
house.
Yeah.
Get a house. Get it while the getting is good. And I mean, I'm looking at my Robinhood right now, and mostly things are green for the most part, even though they've been still draining my money, but it's been looking green for the most part. And at one point in time, uh, uh, Bitcoin was at an all-time low, but once this jackass got in the office, it shot all the way up to 20, I think 20 or 30%. So people were getting paid. People were actually getting paid.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
I asked these jerk offs a question.
yeah.
What do you think? What do you think? And I want people to be honest. I think honesty is lost amongst.
Is it gonna last though?
Huh?
So I said, but see, how long is that Bitcoin gonna last? Like somebody told me, you know, if something happens, if it like crashes, then buy more. I'm like, nah. But go ahead though, man. What was you about to say?
I just want white folks to be honest.
Oh.
No, I just want white folks to be. I miss those. I miss those. To be perfectly honest with you, I miss those honest white folks. I miss those people because if honesty were to somehow come into this situation in the United States of America, I think the system would collapse. To be perfectly honest with you, when it comes to their executive decisions, I can give a shit about that. Just be honest and just tell me what you want for you. What do you want for you? And if you are an honest SOB and you're gonna tell me to my face that I want you niggers gone, just say that. Just say it. There's a reason why the First Amendment was. There's a reason why he boosted the First Amendment as if to say people online can say whatever they want to say without getting dinged for it. I believe I can say the word faggot and me not get in trouble for it. I can call you wherever I want and not get in trouble for it. Like you can't say that. No, if you ding me, YouTube, I can reverse it because it's coming from Trump himself. It's coming from He said I can say what I want to say. Just like we got these people with the swastikas. You got Elon Musk and the other, and I forgot, I think it's Steve Burrows or something like that, doing the Heil Hitler.
Right. Crazy. Ridiculous, bro. On national television.
National television.
For everybody. Then everybody is like, before this, all this voting shit, oh, you're gonna make America great again. When was that? When was that shit ever great for black people? Y'all, he just wants us to fall in line. Man, y'all, people just be going off of anything and everything.
Yeah. But this is what y'all signed up for.
Yeah. And I'm gonna sit back and just watch the shit show, because that's what it is.
That's what it is. It's a shit show. Man, I'll be back tomorrow. I gotta do a live on this coon. You're not gonna want to miss this one.
I'll be here.
Thank you. You're not gonna want to miss this one, fam. because there is no. I'm just gonna say this. There is no such thing as black love. Oh, good. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
All right, King, I'll let you go, man.
All right, man. Take it easy. Take care of yourself. Stay black.
Yeah, you too, bro. Peace.
Peace. And this includes. Oh, fuck it. I'll be back tomorrow. All right, peace.